a new camera kit for him. You said 17 minutes?
Today's WNEM TV5 Morning Extra is brought to you by Roof Max of Midland.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for joining us for TV5 Morning Extra. Remember, if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube right now, like, follow, and comment on the stories that are important to you. I'm Lauren Piesco.
And I'm Christine Winter. Always love to hear from you. First Alert meteorologist Stone Schaefer is in for Matthew with a check of your snowy forecast.
Yeah, we do have snow starting to move itself in across mid-Michigan. We'll continue to stay consistent through a majority of the morning. Because of that, we do have a few closings I just wanted to quickly highlight. Lake Fenton Community Schools and Power Catholic High School are closed for today, as we will start to see more and more snow chances here. Sky Tracker shows we have snow falling in areas like Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. I know we've looked at our Flint camera a few times in downtown. Roads are snow covered there, so just be prepared as more roads will become snow covered here through the remainder of our Wednesday morning. And because of that, the National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for our counties down to the south and out to the thumb. That's up until 1 p.m. Again, 1 to 3 inches of snow expected for much of mid-Michigan. Temperatures right now have recovered over the last couple of hours. We're back into the teens, even a few 20s. It's still got a single digit up there at Holton Lake at 6 degrees. In terms of our wind, it's mostly from the south. south at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We will see wind gusts up to 25 to 30 today, so definitely going to be breezy. And our feels like temperature with those winds is a little bit impacted, back above zero, but still in the single digits. Going to need to be bundled up as you head out for your Wednesday routine.
Well, right now in Saginaw County, a notice for the village of Chesaning, people being asked to run their water to reduce the risk of pipes freezing. Now, this applies to people using 3 units of water or less per month. The faucet should run about the thickness of a pencil, and it should be the one furthest from where water enters your home. Village leaders recommend you do this now throughout the end of the month.
There are plenty of new housing options in Bay City, but local leaders say there are not enough grocery stores nearby to support people living there. The Bay City Commission passed a resolution Tuesday that could bring more grocers to the area.
We have a great public transit system, but that's not really adequate to be grocery shopping when you have to go to the outskirts, and it could be a couple-hour-long ordeal.
Using the State Commercial Rehabilitation Act, the city can reduce property taxes for up to 10 years when a business renovates a commercial building that's at least 15 years old. Now, grocery stores must be close to large housing complexes, and convenience stores do not count.
Just making it a requirement that they have to have a certain amount of floor space dedicated to fresh foods instead of like booze and cigarettes. I think it could do wonders for folks that don't have cars, and we have so many people who don't have that luxury.
Extra preference would go to grocers who donate food, offer healthy discounts, and pay employees a living wage.
Still unfolding, a company looking for locations for renewable energy projects is setting its sights on Bay County. Frankenless Township received an inquiry for information about zoning from a researcher at Paces based in Brooklyn. While the focus was on renewable energy, the zoning administrator was asked if the township had a data center ordinance or was planning to set one up.
He replied to them that, we have all the ordinances in place except for the data center, which the Planning Commission is currently working on as we speak.
And that work is expected to take months. Right now, the township supervisor says an ordinance will not come without input from the public.
Well, we know more data centers are coming to Michigan, so the growing question is how will they impact the state power grid and also the health of local communities?
The Union of Concerned Scientists, a nonprofit science advocacy organization, says without new policies at the state level, the outlook isn't good.
Our concern is that the increase in energy consumption from these data centers, if that is mostly met with increased combustion of fossil gas or even construction of new fossil gas power plants, that is going to result in increased pollution, increased emissions of heat-trapping gases, which will lead to climate change, which will lead to an increase in respiratory diseases and illness and even death in some cases.
He tells us legislators will need to enact stronger policies that encourage the use of renewable energy like wind and solar power.
According to UCS, data centers could account for more than 40% of electricity demand by 2030. And that growth could cost people living across the state $18 billion over 25 years.
And we recommend a policy where all those additional costs caused by data centers are paid for directly by the data centers to ensure that those costs are not passed on to the rest of us.
UCS also tells us there's a need for new policies to increase transparency among data centers and utilities as they plan to meet demand. New details now. This week, the World Economic Forum is happening in Switzerland, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer is there. She spoke about the global impact of Michigan's auto industry and how tariffs in the U.S. are having an impact here.
We've seen these long-term investments are now being paused because we have a chaotic policy terrain in the United States coming out of D.C.
Whitmer went on to say that Michigan produces more than 20% of U.S. vehicles and that it needs to continue to move forward on electric vehicle production.
Continuing coverage in Genesee County now, state police revealing the discovery of 24 guns, ammo, and body armor they say was found in the home of a convicted felon earlier this month. Troopers began investigating 63-year-old Brian Howd here of Gaines Township after they say he called 911 several times to falsely report a theft from a vehicle. While at his home, state police spotted a gun in his garage. That prompted a search warrant that led to finding all the weapons you see here. Howard is now charged with 8 felonies.
Police have released the 911 call from the man responsible for last year's deadly mass shooting and church attack in Grand Blanc Township. It was made by Jacob Sanford at 10:21 the morning of September 28th, minutes before he drove his pickup into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on McCandless Road, opened fire on worshipers, and set the fire that burned the building to the ground. The call appears to have been made while he was driving, and he mentions 3 churches, which we've removed from the audio.
Genesee County 911.
Hey, I want to report it was a bomb in the Mormon temple, and there's also a bomb.
Oh, hold on.
No. Listen to me. Listen, I'm going to talk. No, you're going to listen. I'm going to hang out the phone. That's it, okay? And there's also a bomb in. Hey, there's a truck. No. Mormon temple is very important, okay? It's very important, that one there, okay? I'm going to hang up.
No, don't hang up.
I'm going to hang up the phone now, okay?
What is your name?
Hang up. No.
At no point did Sanford mention the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He killed 4 people and injured 9 that day. He was shot to death by police within 4 minutes of the first 911 call at the church.
In more continuing coverage now, a Flint man faces up to life in prison for shooting at a family during a fit of road rage. 31-year-old James Lara was convicted of 13 felony counts, including assault with intent to murder. Testimony revealed he was tailgating the family, which included a toddler and an infant, nearly caused a crash. After the family had parked at home, Lara turned around, spoke to them, and fired a gun at that family. His sentencing is set for February 17th. More local news now. The Mott Foundation investing $600,000 into Genesee County Habitat for Humanity. And this goal is to help Flint neighborhoods. The money is geared towards high-impact neighborhood design projects that create a positive change in the landscape. The grant will provide funding of up to $20,000 per project there.
Well, you are joining us live for TV5 Morning Extra. We're going to take a quick break.
When we come back, we have got a treat for you this morning. TV5's Maggie Castrava is live in Bay City, checking out a group bringing lots of fun and reading to local children.
Remember, if you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, or catching clips on Instagram, be sure to like, follow, and comment on the stories that are most important to you. We love to see that. Stone will have your first alert forecast next.
Welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here for our Wednesday morning forecast. And well, temperatures are not that bad. It's definitely going to be that snow chance that we're going to see across mid-Michigan. Highs for this afternoon, again, not that bad. Mid to upper 20s, lower 30s, right at average for this time of year. Average sits at 29. So many locations will be at that point. A few areas in the 30s, Mount Pleasant, Alma, Bay City, even Owasso, Flint, and Lapeer, all at 30 to 31. But the thing for today is is definitely that snow chance. If you've been outdoors here this morning, you've already seen that snow chance developing. It will continue to expand across mid-Michigan here over the next hour or so. Just be prepared for slowdowns in traffic. There is already forming snow-covered roads across mid-Michigan. So if you have travel plans really anywhere across mid-Michigan, just be prepared for that. There will be slowdowns. By about 11 a.m., most of that consistent snow chance will start to move itself to the east. And then by the afternoon, most of that snow chance actually will become very isolated. Yes, it's still going to be there, but it's in better shape than what we have this morning. A good afternoon for anyone to recover from any of that snow that we do have fall. In terms of our snowfall potential, 1 to 3 inches is what we're seeing across much of the region. We're just going to put a little bit higher ceiling down to the south. There's been some signals. Genesee, Shiawassee, and Lapeer counties could be a little bit higher than the rest of Michigan. That is why we've put you at 1 to 4 as we get through today. Thursday looks to be calm. It'll be Friday and Saturday that we have a shift in our temperatures back to that cold air, and that is why the TV5 First Alert Weather Team has issued a first alert weather day for both Friday and Saturday. Wind chills down to 10 to 25 below zero. That could be for all day on Friday. Obviously gives us that worry of frostbite in less than 30 minutes. So if you have to be outdoors for our Friday and Saturday, make sure you're bundled up. Now let's look at the timeline for that cold air. Today, like I've mentioned, not that bad. Yes, winds will be enough to drop our feels like temperatures to the teens, but that's a lot nicer than what we've had and what we will have as we get over the next couple of days. Thursday morning will be a cold one. You're going to need to be bundled up. Not as extreme though. It's just single digits below zero, almost at zero many locations. But through the day into the evening on Thursday, that Arctic air starts to filter itself in, and by the time we hit Friday morning, that's where we see those 15 to 25 below zero wind chills, continuing to be cold through our afternoon. This is 6 p.m. on Friday. Wind chills still at 10 to 20 below zero, so no warm up into the afternoon. And then Saturday morning looks to continue to hold on to 10 to 25 below zero. So just a very cold period. You're going to need to be bundled up if you have to be outdoors. Your 7-day forecast shows past Saturday, we're back into the teens on Sunday. We'll have teens on Monday, back to the 20s on Tuesday. The one thing you notice across the 7 days is going to be a light snow chance.
All right. Thank you, Stone. TV5's Maggie Castraba pulling double duty today. You saw her in the studio this morning, but now she's making a pretty cool stop this hour.
That's right. She is live in Bay City right now, where the Bay County Library Bookmobile is working to make reading more accessible for people within that community. Maggie, good morning.
Lauren, Christine, thank you so much. Welcome to the Bay County Library Books on Wheels. That's right, we're inside the Bookmobile as they're about to hit the road this morning, bringing books to communities within the county. And joined with me now to talk more about it, we're about to have a fun morning. Guys, this is Stacy. Stacy, good morning. How are we doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm excited for a fun morning. So for viewers who are just tuning in, give us a breakdown. What is the Bookmobile all about?
So we're a library on wheels. We bring the books to the community. We take away that barrier of no transportation. Sometimes life just gets in the way and you can't make it to a library. So we bring that to them.
I love that. And what is just your favorite part of being a part of the Bookmobile and bringing books directly to people?
The excitement they have when they can come pick out their own books, or they've been waiting forever for a book and we bring it to them.
And you guys are on the road. You guys hit the road Tuesday through Friday. So how can people just track your stops?
We have on our website, our schedule is there. It's www.baycountylibrary.org. Okay. It's also in our event calendar, and then we also have schedules that we can hand out. There, you can find them at any branch.
Fantastic. And for first-timers, if they see you guys out and about and they're interested, how can they go about checking out a book or even returning one? What does that look like?
So if they don't have a library card, we can get them one right here just instantly. We just need some sort of proof of address. Books checked out here are due in 3 weeks, and that's when we come back to a stop. So it's just we're here, you drop it back off.
Okay. All right. Stacy, thank you so much. And we'll be with Stacy all morning long as they hit the road this morning. We're looking forward to it, to see the kids throughout the Bookmobile. How fun is that? I did not have this growing up. So reporting live here in Bay City for TV5 News, I'm Maggie Castraba. Guys.
Oh, looks very cool. All right. In another story happening right now, the American Red Cross is declaring a severe blood shortage. It says that weather has led to the cancellation of blood drives, and also we're seeing more flu cases, and the Red Cross says that's kept some donors at home. Now, the Red Cross's blood inventory has come down by about 35% in just the past month.
Blood is perishable, so it can't be stockpiled. A sufficient blood supply is also critical for hospitals to provide life-saving transfusions during emergencies or even childbirth. You can find a blood drive today in Saginaw at Garber Management on South Washington Avenue. That runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And remember, the Red Cross is partnering with the NFL right now. You could win 2 tickets to Super Bowl 60 if you donate blood between now and January 25th. To find a blood drive near you, head to the Hot Link section on our website.
After a record number of applicants, the state says the Michigan elk season ended with hunters harvesting 153 elk. The 2 periods of the 2025 season stretched from August and September and one in December. More than 47,000 hunters applied for one of just 260 elk licenses issued through the state's annual drawing. The DNR says the elk season is the primary method to sustainably manage the population, which stands at an estimated 1,150 animals.
Successful harvest there. And in other news, the city of Saginaw providing an update on its federal Safe Streets and Roads for All grant, aiming to reduce deadly accidents on the roadways. The grant awarded in 2023 is worth more than $275,000. The city posting a Safe Streets project update this week at a city council meeting led by a consulting group and the city's engineering division. And that included new data on crashes that took place in Saginaw from 2014 to 2023.
Almost 13,000 crashes occurred on just the roads within the city, resulting in 29 fatal crashes and 164 serious injury crashes.
Half of all those crashes also involved drivers aged 24 and under or 65 and older, and 2/3 of all those crashes happened at an intersection. To learn more about the Safe Streets project, go to the Hot Links page on our website at WNEM.com. And you can soon make a splash and help raise some cash. Registration is now open for next month's statewide Polar Plunge. This annual event raises money to support Special Olympics Michigan. The first local Polar Plunge will be Saturday, February 7th at the Fenton Moose Lodge. To learn more, we'll have a link on the Hot Links page of our website, WNEM.com. And new works of art debuting at Bay City's Studio 23. Memes of African-American postmodernism, an exhibit led by Lark Allen, shows African-inspired artifacts using materials found in nature as well as discarded objects. There's a free reception and artist talk from 5 to 7 p.m. on Thursday. That exhibit runs through February 21st. Let's check in with Stone now for one more look at your 7-day forecast.
Yeah, well, we do have snow expanding across mid-Michigan. That will be a sight for today. The one nice thing about today, temperatures back into the 20s. We'll stay in the 20s tomorrow. It doesn't last long, though. Single-digit highs for Friday into Saturday. That is why we've issued first alert weather days, as wind chills could be as low as 20 to 25 below zero. But we do have some recovery back to the teens as early as Sunday.
All right, and thanks for joining our live stream TV5 Morning Extra.
Yes, we will see you on TV5 News at 9.